Well, hey friends, it's your favorite farmer Steve, back for the last video of 2025, and good riddance to 2025. What a disappointing year it's been. I know that the content hasn't been much because the garden hasn't been much. We're going to put a wrap on this. Might be one other short one because I've got some winter crops or late fall crops that I'm very curious how they're going to do, but for the most part this was just a big bust. Take you around and show you what's left. We do have one surprise that may put a little bow on the season. One good thing is that I've learned how to stake the asparagus ferns so that I can actually walk in between the rows, which before I was going this way with the strings and wasn't real conducive for getting down there and doing anything. And you do have to get down to this part of the garden to pick the shishitos, which have been plentiful, and then hopefully at some point the Brussels sprouts, and they are getting a few sprouts now. You're supposed to wait until first frost at least, and sometime in November for these things to mature, so maybe we'll get some, maybe we won't, I don't know, we'll see. The Anaheim peppers, we are starting to get a few, but not enough. The farmer's wife had to actually go out and pay hard-earned cash money to replenish the larders. Now this is just the worst part. The tomatoes are pathetic. I've lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lost 7 out of 10 plants. So really there's only 3. And the tomatoes that we've got, like, you know, these are ready to pick. Not only few and far between, but really don't taste very good. Extremely disappointing. But one of the little surprises when we got back from Yellowstone is that the resident 5-foot mature doe deer has jumped in here. I'm not sure where, and look, she's chewed off every leaf off of the squash. So hopefully these are far enough along. Oh, I see here. Yeah, she came and you know, took a little chunk out of that and decided, oh, she didn't like it. So that one is no good. That's the spaghetti squash. I've picked a few just in self-defense, and she chewed down every piece of chard. Now the chard is coming back, and I'm real curious to see how long this goes. I know it will tolerate a lot of cold weather. We'll see how much. I'm just going to let it go, and we'll pick some more. Looks like maybe next week. And you see the cucumbers, they're getting the blight, so they're almost done. And this is about as long as they go and as long as they last anyway. There's actually, and she chewed off the carrot tops. I'm not expecting much there anyway, but I planted this packet of carrot seeds just to see if I could grow something underground. I'm not holding out much hope. Now, as many of you are probably unaware, there is a native fruit that is the largest fruit in North America. It's called a pawpaw. In North America, it's called a pawpaw. Now, you may have remembered the song from when you were a kid, picking up a pawpaw, put it in your basket, etc., etc. And towards that, my daughter, my oldest daughter, has had a fascination with pawpaws for quite some time. And this year she said, you know, wouldn't you like to go down to the Pawpaw Festival in Southern Ohio? I said, well, of course we would. Well, who wouldn't? And so we did, and it was a blast. So both of my daughters have been trying to get me to grow pawpaws for a number of years. Now, they're very particular little trees. They have seeds that are about that big. They're hard to germinate. When they're young, they can't tolerate much sun, it kills them. But to bear fruit, they have to have full sun. So how does all of that work? It's very difficult. Plus you need genetically different trees, so you need at least 2, preferably more. So wasn't really feeling it. But when we got down there, you know, of course, Dad caved and bought a couple pawpaw saplings. And I'm going to show you where I planted those and what's going on with them. So, like I said, these things have very particular requirements. And so what I've decided to do is plant them out here in the full sun and then shade them for the time being. So this is where one pawpaw lives, right here. And I've built a cage around it so that the roving deer, even though they don't particularly like them, they will try them. And if you got 6 deer, 6 of them are going to try them. They don't communicate that this is not really good to eat. Each one's got to try it. So before long, this little thing would have no leaves. So there's the one. And then 10 feet, which is the prescribed distance away, there is the second one. So I had to hew this out of the wilderness of the lake bed. Not very good soil, of course, so I had to bring in some soil. And this is where they're at. So I guess I need to provide them a little shade over here now. They don't seem to mind. This is, you know, it's getting pretty, we're going to have fall here pretty soon, so the sun's not going to be real strong. But anyway, keep the pawpaws in your thoughts and prayers. And hopefully in 3 to 5 years, I won't have to go to Southern Ohio. Have a good one, folks.